Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Unbothered. It's Alexa, Chloe,
Hi.
and Chloe Cherry.
Yes.
This is so exciting. I love being the cherry sandwiched between two of my favorite Chloes. I'm so excited for this episode. I'm so excited to have you on. This is beyond exciting. I'm such a YouTuber being like, I'm very excited about this, which is kind of how we met-ish.
Yes. Actually, yeah, that's an interesting thing is we met because we were like both a fan of each other. Like we followed each other and I was like, oh my God, it's Alexa. And you were like, oh, hey, Chloe. And it
It's like,
was cool.
oh my God, it's Chloe Cherry. This is nuts. I called Chloe and I was like, I think we need to have Chloe Cherry on the show. I want to do a different interview. I've watched a lot of your interviews and I think it's always very like porn star turned TV star. And I
Yeah.
don't want that to be the narrative of this episode. I want to talk about what you're excited about working on, transitioning, because I think, you know, I was like a YouTuber, teenage YouTuber. That's how you found me. I think we now live in an era where you can start a really interesting career from anywhere.
How did you get into acting, or how old were you?
Well, I got into acting when I had like just turned 22 and I was really looking to get into like a career that I was going to want to do for like the rest of my life. And I remember at that point when I had just turned 22, I was thinking to myself, like, I want to be doing something that I'm proud of by the time that I'm 30, and now I'm 27. And
Well, that worked out.
Yeah.
it did work out. And I remember at the time I was like thinking about like going like back to college or like just trying to do something that was gonna like give me like a real career.
Because you had already built and established yourself in the porn industry.
Yeah, but the thing about the porn industry is that people look at like people have this kind of misunderstanding that Chloe Cherry, when I was in the porn industry, that I was like popular and like had this whole career and I was like this person, but like in reality, like I actually really struggled to get work in that industry.
Oh, wow.
I like didn't do well. Like I remember I like really like I wasn't, now that like I've been on Euphoria, like it appears that like I'm very popular if you like look up my videos, but like at the time when I was in that industry, like I was not known. And the reason that I kind of like had to get out of it is because people just like didn't hire me in that industry and like
Wow,
they really
wild.
didn't. But it's this weird thing where like now there's been so many like articles written and like podcasts that come out where they're like, this huge porn star does this, and it's like I really like wasn't, because if I had never like been on Euphoria after doing porn, people literally would have just forgotten about me
Yeah.
forever. Like
Yeah.
I was not like a prolific porn star by any stretch of the imagination. Like I was like not making that much money. Like I was also like doing OnlyFans, like wasn't making that much money. Like
Yeah.
people just, I didn't sell in porn, but people for some reason have this idea that I was like this huge porn star. And honestly, if I was like a huge successful porn star, like I would probably have, I don't know, I just would be living in like a giant house or something, because successful porn stars make so much money and like I didn't at all. I really struggled. And so that's why, like, you know, I got in the porn industry at 18, but by the time I had turned 22, I was like, okay, this isn't gonna last me for maybe even like another year. I have to find something else to do. And that's why I was considering like going back to school or something. And I was
Yeah.
willing to do like anything I possibly could to just have a job that was just like a job that I knew I could get hired at. Cause at that point I was like, oh, well, I definitely like can't use my like looks or like my hotness, you know, to make money because I wasn't working in porn. So I was like,
Yeah.
okay, I'll like go back to school and do something like maybe in the medical industry, I was thinking, or something where, you know, there's like a lot of jobs. And then like while I was like going through that process, I'm not even kidding, like out of nowhere, this casting director just like DM'd me and said, we want you to audition for this show, Euphoria. And I think they DM'd me and then they also like emailed me and they said, hey, we want you to audition for this show, Euphoria. And I read the email and I was like, oh, very funny. Like, I know that this is like a scam. Like, this is either like somebody trying to
Wow.
scam me or somebody trying to like get me to come to some place or for some reason. And I literally just emailed back and I said, like, no, like I know what this is. Like, no, I'm not doing that.
And it's like top Hollywood casting director.
Yeah,
Like, what do
like-
you mean?
Yeah, and I was just like, because also like, who on earth doing any job would think that a show would ever just reach out to them and say,
Right.
please audition? Like, when has that ever happened to anybody? So I just assumed it was some creepy weirdo trying to like get something out of me. And then eventually they emailed me back and they were like, well, the director just really wants to see your tape. And I was like, okay, I guess I can send in like a self tape. I don't know. I don't
Had
know.
you ever acted before?
No, I mean, like I had done like in the porn industry,
yeah.
they have like feature length films that I had like acted in, and
But
I
you
don't
didn't
know,
have like formal acting.
but I
training.
didn't have like no. I mean, I took acting classes in my life, but I
Okay.
never like went to an acting college or something like
Yeah.
that. You know, I never did any
Yeah.
of that.
And you joined season 2, so
Yeah.
Euphoria was already like a massive established show.
Yeah, and actually, this is interesting, but I was like an extra on the first season.
Oh, wild.
Not everybody knows that, but there's like this scene where the character Kat is like watching like porn on like what's supposed to be like Pornhub or X videos or something like that, and she clicks on this video where these girls are, it's like girls are tying this guy up or whatever, and I was in that little clip.
No way.
And
crazy.
yeah, it's like such a random thing. But yeah, I was like an extra in
The
season 1.
foreshadowing is going
Yeah.
crazy.
I
Yeah,
know,
it's
that's
insane.
insane.
But then yeah, they like reached out to me and then I sent in the tape and they were like, "Oh, this is great. Like we want to have you come in for a callback like this Wednesday." And I remember also being like, "No, I'm busy. Like I'm not coming in on Wednesday."
You're playing hard to
no
get.
way.
The universe is trying to give you the role of your life.
And I was like, "No, like I don't want to do Wednesday. Like just schedule it in a few weeks." And they were like, but like, you know, we really want you to come in. And I was like, "Okay, fine." And then I like went into the audition and I remember I went in and I saw the list where everyone was signing their names when they came into audition. I saw Dominic Fike's name and I was like, "Holy shit, what is he doing here?" And then I like signed my name. I was like Chloe Cherry. And then I went in the audition room and I had prepared this whole thing of how I was going to deliver these lines as if I was like a heroin addict and I was like fucked up. And then I went in there and I was like delivering lines like, "Oh, no, real, you better not," you know, like all fucked up. And, like,
Rue, you better not.
and then Sam was like, okay, can you just do it again, but say it just exactly how you would say it? And I was like, okay. And then I just said the lines just how I would say it without any certain inflection on it. And then he was like, "Wow, I knew you would be good." And I was like,
You're like, what do you mean?
I'm just kidding. I was really excited in that moment. And I also knew I would be good. But
I love that.
in that moment, like really felt like Sam Levinson and I were like supposed to like meet.
Mhm.
It was like what I would call like reverse trauma. Like it was something so good happened to me, it changed me forever. Since getting that role and like finding out that I had it, like for the rest of my life, I just feel completely differently about myself. I just act differently. Like I carry myself differently because I just have this really, really, really good thing that happened to me, honestly. It like really did something to the whole chemistry of my brain. Because before that, like I used to be this like very, very shy person. Like I was very shy. Like I didn't want to talk to people. I didn't know how to talk to people. And getting that role and then being on that set and then having it come out and everything completely changed my personality, but in a really good way. Now I just have like better interpersonal skills and like more confidence in myself and like these things that are like really good to have. It's just kind of hard to like create it out of nothing, just create confidence out of nothing,
Yeah.
you know?
Do you think it was because you had this place where you were being encouraged and like someone saw the colors inside of you, not just like these big lips and this like bimbo persona? Do you, because I've listened to past interviews and you've said that that's kind of like what made you feel like a lot of self-worth was like the lip
Yeah.
filler and like, you know, being sexualized constantly. And this was this like the
Totally.
first time in your life where somebody looked at you and said, there's so many more colors, let's explore them?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it was the first time somebody liked me like for my personality, because before that, like my whole life before that, I remember I was always just so shy, like I said, and didn't know like how to talk to people. And I was just really, really shy and nervous to talk to anybody. So I was never the person known for like my personality. But I also feel like something that there was a part of like doing porn that did give me confidence, and the thing that gave me confidence was just making enough money to afford to live in LA. That was something that I really wanted to do, just being
Yeah.
somebody from Pennsylvania. That was something that meant something to me personally. That did give me confidence, and what that led me to do with the confidence that that gave me is when I was in porn, my Instagram, it wasn't really like a pornified Instagram. Sometimes I would post some things, but it was only if I thought that it was like very aesthetic and interesting or something. But I mostly ran my Instagram for a while as just kind of like a blog, or like I acted like I was like an influencer or
Yeah.
something, and I would just post on my story like just different things that I either wanted to like talk about or that I thought was funny, or I would like make little videos of me saying things that I thought were funny or something. And it was the way that I posted on my Instagram and the fact that I was my full self on my Instagram story
Yeah.
that Sam Levinson saw, and he was like, wow, I want to see if she could play this role because I like her personality on Instagram. And also, when I was very young, when I was probably like 19 to like 22, Instagram was this amazing place for me because it was also a different place back then.
Yeah,
a different
different vibe.
time. And
Totally.
yeah, and
Yeah.
like I remember I just was able to connect with so many different people because I could show kind of like my style and my aesthetic, and I really liked that. And I was able to like connect with a lot of different people that just had a cool style, and I was able to learn things about like fashion and things that I was really into. And honestly, like Instagram did a lot for me. Like I feel like I went to like the college of Instagram or something. 'Cause, like
Girl,
literally-
same. Maybe I taught the course.
Yes. Literally what I learned from being on Instagram back then really helped me have the like career that I have today, honestly.
Totally, because it's like you said that you were so shy. I was too, but you were also a kid that was watching YouTube videos.
Yes, totally.
So, like, you've also talked about how like makeup was like a big thing for you. Were you learning how to do makeup tutorials from like me and the girls?
Yes, literally. No, I'm not kidding. I was actually thinking, because I was trying to really think back to that time. And I know for a fact that between all of you, one of you was like recommending, like maybe it was all of you were recommending like e.l.f. products. And I would literally go to like my local Kmart and like get the products you guys recommended. I learned so much of how to do makeup.
Well, my
from
big
that.
thing was I was always pushing the Urban Decay Naked palette, which full circle, because weren't you the face of Urban Decay?
Yeah.
But this is why
Yeah.
I love the internet, and this is why I think it's so cool. And this was the parallel that I saw from my life and yours. Like, I also, they weren't adult films, but I was making my own little, I was getting hired for gig jobs too, where I was making makeup tutorials. Like,
Mhm.
that was how I was making money also living in LA, because I feel like maybe it's our generation, we're the first generation that's really had the opportunity to do it. But I feel like freedom and happiness and success really in the world is, I think we used to think it was like so reliant on men. This is really the first time where anyone's really had an opportunity to not have to rely on men, but it is just having your own little apartment, having your freedom, living where you want to live, going home and having peace. Like at this point, that's all I care about in my life.
Yeah.
And I think maybe we both related to that, where it was even
Yeah.
like, I was kind of embarrassed making YouTube videos. And this will kind of segue into what I want to talk about next. But like 18, 19, 20, like all of my actor friends would make fun of me and they're like, this is so not legit. Like, this is, you're not on a Disney show or you're not doing this. Like, you're
Mhm.
making your own YouTube videos. And I remember being like, I love the community that I have. But yeah, this is cringe and this is weird that I'm posting all of this. But it was giving me the freedom to do everything I wanted on the side. Was that I always felt like I had a hard time dating because guys would think what I did was so weird. And like guys were put off by it. Yeah, and I was always really insecure that there was this like preconceived notion of like, oh, that's Alexa, she makes YouTube videos.
Mm.
And like I guess I was getting my bag from the like what I got for Christmas video and like back to school videos. But I feel like it's all kind of the same thing where you're doing something unconventional and people have an opinion about it and it's
Yeah.
hard to transition into life.
But also, you guys both put yourself out there and just didn't give a fuck. And if you put yourself out there with a filter or just try to kind of like fall in a line, you'd just be the same oversaturated content that everybody's fed. Like, Sam wouldn't have seen your shit and been like, she's perfect for Faye. You would have just looked like everyone else. And for you, if you hadn't been doing your videos, you wouldn't be sitting here. So
It's true.
it's like full circle. You got to put yourself out there.
I mean, I gave a fuck the whole time and I was like, oh my God, I don't want to do this or this, whatever. But at the end of the day, I was like, the community is unmatched. Oh, I'm getting off track. Where was I going with this?
I mean, you're talking about boys.
I want to talk about boys. I love talking about relationships and
Okay.
boys. It's so fun. Well, you have your last interview or a past interview, you were talking about how you kind of like always had to have like 5 boyfriends at one time and never really commit to any of them. And now you have a really serious boyfriend.
Oh my God, yeah, I have like a really, really serious
How
boyfriend.
long
Like,
have you guys been together for?
a year in 1 month. Wait, what's today?
Wait, what's his name?
His name is Posey.
That's so cute.
Yeah, he's really.
And he's in a band.
Yeah, he's in a band.
What's the band called?
The band is called Mojave Gray, and they just performed at Coachella, and they did a really good job.
That's-
And it was really
fun.
cool.
You're like Coachella girlfriend.
I was like, wait, are you the rock star's girlfriend now?
Yes.
Wait,
Oh my
this is a new
gosh.
era for you.
Yeah, I'm so happy that I met him. He's literally my favorite person I've ever met. And sometimes it literally it'll feel like too good to be true that a guy that's so attractive and like talented and has his shit together and like he's a good person, like that he wants to like be with me. It just feels like too good to be true. I don't know if maybe it was just the types of guys that I would attract like when I was younger, maybe, but I basically when I was really young, like when I was 19, I met this guy in LA and we started dating for a few years, probably till I was like 22, and he would like cheat on me like in a way that nobody should ever even be able to. Like it was just crazy like how much and how often he would like cheat on me. And then once I got out of that relationship and I was like kind of in like my mid 20s, I just thought that men, because of the fact that I had been, you know, like a sex worker who like sees that side of men, and then I also like had a boyfriend that like just would constantly like be on Tinder and like every dating app all the time, and like I genuinely thought and believed that like men didn't have the cognitive ability to be in love with somebody.
Wow.
And I know that sounds sad, but that's just genuinely how I felt. When I was probably like 23, 24, I genuinely believed that it just didn't exist in their minds to like be in love, that just couldn't happen for them. That's just not how their minds worked. So I thought that like if I wanted to have like a boyfriend or like a partner or something, that the only way I could do that is by having something like casual, but then also having another casual thing at the same time, because I assumed that whoever I was seeing casually was probably seeing 12 other girls. So then I should be seeing somebody else, and that like I had this like weird thing where I just genuinely thought that like men didn't want relationships. There wasn't a man on the planet that wanted to be in a relationship with anybody. Like I just thought that that's not how men were. Like I genuinely thought that way, but it was like very sad.
Makes
I used
sense.
to think that way too.
Okay.
I really
Yeah.
did. I really did. How did you meet your boyfriend?
Okay, so I met my boyfriend in March 2024. It was on set for this movie called Find Your Friends, directed by Isabel Paxad. And he played like my crush in that
God,
movie.
perfect.
Yeah.
This is like a rom-com meet cute.
What timeline
know.
did you jump to, Chloe? Like all of a sudden everything was just going so well. You're meeting your boyfriend on set. He's your crush in the
Oh,
movie.
That's actually like I need to be more grateful because that is like a great life.
Oh my gosh. You
Uh,
just like one day get a DM saying, come on the biggest show on TV. It'll change the trajectory of your entire life. Like, what was there something that happened that you felt that shift cosmically, or like what happened? It feels like you got that DM that changed your life.
I really don't know like what happened cosmically. This sounds really sad, but like I believe that like my father watches over me. He's like my guardian angel, and he died like 20 years ago, and I genuinely believe that he like watches over me as my guardian angel, and that's why I've always been okay.
That's really beautiful.
I know it's sad, but I really believe that.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
He does. So you meet your boyfriend.
Yes.
Is this the first time you've like really, really, really fallen in love?
Yeah, 100,000,000%. Well, I've thought I was in love before, but I look back on it, I'm like, how the fuck did I think that I like loved that person? I don't know. But yeah, this is definitely my first time in my life being like genuinely, truly in love with somebody and
Wow.
genuinely wanting to spend the rest of my life with him. Like, oh my gosh, I'm so into this relationship. And yeah, we just met on set, and like since we were supposed to play like each other's crushes, they just obviously put us together. Okay, so you guys are here in this scene. We just instantly wanted to talk to each other and just talked the whole night on set, and then every day that we were on set together we would just hang out the whole time. And I was like, whoa, I just really like this guy. But I wasn't really thinking of it in a way of, oh, like this is a guy that I could be into. I was kind of just like, wow, like this is amazing that I met this guy. We spent, I think, 5 days together shooting or something. And then on the last day, he was like, okay, well, we'll hang out one day. And I was like, yeah, definitely. Then I walked away and I just thought to myself, like, that's my boyfriend.
No
That guy is my
way.
boyfriend.
I think there's something really special when a girl chooses a boyfriend because I don't think it happens enough.
Yeah.
I don't think it happens enough where a girl's like, that's my boyfriend. I feel like so often these guys come around and you're like, he likes me, I should
But
do
I
him.
feel like I wouldn't have thought that unless he was really being like really
Yeah.
nice to me and really attentive and like really caring about me and trying to spend time with me. If he just was like barely giving me attention, I wouldn't have
What
thought
did
that.
he do? Okay, so I feel like a lot of girls relate to what you said. I felt that way when I was younger too, about how men just simply cannot love. Because when you're
Yeah.
exposed to a bunch of shitty guys, you're like, okay, well, I guess this is it. And love is for the
Yeah.
movies. What did he do that snapped you out of that made you realize, oh, that's not true? He like challenged what you thought was true about
Totally.
love. How?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just the fact that like he just actually wants to like spend a ton of time with me. And like when we first started talking, he would just respond to my text. He wouldn't just like text me something that's like a question and I answer it and then he just doesn't respond for 5 hours or something. He wasn't doing that. And I was like, whoa, he's actually just pulling his phone out and just like texting a response back. He's not acting like it's like way too hard or he has way too many things to do. And I was like,
Yeah.
wow, like this is like great. Like he's actually wants to talk to me. And then he actually would like make a point to like ask me to hang out and like see what I wanted to do and when I was free and like
Consistency.
yeah,
effort.
and then
Yeah.
like
Consistency.
yeah, when I said like let's hang out at this time, he would actually just do it. He wouldn't just like cancel on me all the time.
Is
And,
that
like,
what you were used to in like past relationships and dating?
well, yeah, I mean, I guess I had guys that I had dated that had been like super attentive to me before, but I just wasn't really that attracted to them physically.
Yeah.
But I guess Michael, my boyfriend now, like he was the first guy I'd ever met in my life that was super attentive to me and clearly into me. And I was also physically attracted to him because
Yeah.
I've had so many guys in my life treat me really well, but I just am not into them like
Yeah.
at all. So it just doesn't really go anywhere. But yeah, I was actually like into him. So yeah, it really worked out.
I love it.
Other relationships that I had been in where we would be calling each other our boyfriend and girlfriend,
Mm.
yet I could text them and they just wouldn't get back to me for like 8 hours or something. I thought that's just how people were. I thought that I just didn't have enough of a draw for people to like want to text me back, And then he just is completely different to me.
So he just healed so much in you too.
Totally, yeah.
Like even lip fillers dissolved.
Mhm.
And that was like probably so much of your
Well, I
identity and
actually had done
personality.
that right before I met him.
Wow.
I had dissolved my lip filler right before I met him, probably like a few months before I met him, because of the fact that I was trying to just like get different roles. Like
Mhm.
I don't know. I feel like the lip filler just like wasn't helping me like get roles. It was helping me like get likes on TikTok, but like
Yeah.
wasn't helping me like get actual acting roles.
Also, you have great lips.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still have filler in them because you can't get all the filler out that I had in them, but they look normal. Like
Yeah.
they don't look so whoa anymore.
Did you ever feel typecast after playing Faye on Euphoria?
Yeah. Honestly, the thing that I get typecast as, and this still happens, like every role that I get, is the character is always either like a crazy party girl or she like has this boyfriend that she like has a bunch of sex with, or she like gets naked, or she's a sex worker or something like that. People, I think, assume, I guess maybe it's because I did porn or like because Euphoria, I don't know what it is, or maybe it's a way I present myself without meaning to. People like think that I really am this like crazy party girl that just loves to like hook up with a bunch of people and stuff, and this is not how I actually am.
What's a dream role if you could play any type of character?
Something serious. Like I'd even want to play in like kind of like a sad movie, like something kind of like this movie Manchester by the Sea.
I love that movie.
And Michelle Williams has this character who's like, she just has an incredibly sad life, that character, and I would love to portray something like that because I know for a fact that I could do it. And I just would love for people to like kind of see me in that kind of different light, you know, that's like
Yeah.
just dramatic and like just show like real intense emotion. I would love to.
In range. Yeah. Well, now
Yeah.
that we've put that out there, you'll get a DM in like 2 weeks. You'll be fine.
Literally.
So right now we're filming season 3, and I
Okay.
really can't share anything about it other than like it's really good. Like everybody is doing a really good job. Like the costumers, the actors, the set builders, the director, the producers, everybody's doing an amazing job, and I've been really impressed with everyone.
I know quite a few people that work on the project in all different departments. And everyone's just like kind of told me their on-set experience and what it's been like. But what has your experience been like the day-to-day filming the show? Especially when you're stepping on set with people that have so many different backgrounds in the acting
Yeah.
space. I feel like Euphoria
Yeah.
is one of those sets where a lot of people from everywhere kind of come together and make something
Yeah.
really beautiful. What do you feel like your experience has been?
Me personally, I'm so happy to be there and so grateful to be there. It's amazing. They treat me well. They will get me anything that I need. They'll always help me with anything. And I personally have like a wonderful experience there. I remember last season, whenever I would see the other cast members, they would always be like, "Oh my God, we're trauma bonded." And I'm like, "Trauma bonded? We shot a fucking TV show together." Like, oh my God.
You're like, I had a great time. I don't know where you were.
Yeah, but I guess like I don't really know like what their
Yeah.
experiences were. They
Yeah.
could have had completely different experiences than I did, but yeah, I love it. I loved season 2. I love season 3. I've honestly had a great time, and
So cool.
I find that they just like this past season, what's been really interesting is that some of the other actors that are like new will like ask me like, "Wait, so like on season 2, like blah 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 this," and I'll be like, "Whoa, I'm the experienced actor on set now." Like, this is
Yes.
crazy. Yeah, I've told a lot of the actors like, "Oh well, in season 2 we like did it like this," and so that's been
How
really cool.
cool.
I know, it feels so cool to me to like have actors like look to me for advice.
Yeah.
You're like,
oh my God,
I am established.
Do you expect your character to go so viral? What was it like to watch that happen?
Honestly, I thought that my character was such a small character that people weren't even gonna notice it.
She's an icon. Faye is an
That's
icon.
so crazy. It still feels like I like entered a different dimension at like the start of 2022 or something, because oh my God, like it's so crazy to me, because I was honestly so used to like my career in porn where like I would shoot porn and no one would care ever. No one would watch it, no one would care, no one would say anything.
It was just like the day job.
Yeah, exactly.
Do the job, never see it.
Yeah, exactly. I thought that I was just this person that like didn't have a draw to them, or I don't know what it was, but and I even like accepted it. I was like, okay, yeah, I just like do this and no one cares, whatever.
Yeah.
And yeah, and then people like actually started like following me and like saying that they loved my character and like coming up to me in public. I was like, what the hell? This is
She's hilarious.
crazy.
You're hilarious.
Yeah.
Thank
The
you.
Jewel memes. What was the line that you said? It was
It's like whose jewel is
Yeah.
the line, but I don't understand why that one like caught on so much.
like, my feed for like a month straight was just memes of you saying who's Jewel, and I was like,
I don't get why it's like such a thing, because like I love memes and that's one that
Yeah.
I just don't get.
your
at all.
delivery was.
I was like, girl, I don't
fucking
think you
spot on.
understand how funny you are. I feel like the theme of this episode is you have underestimated yourself your whole life, but you're really just, you were born to be an it girl.
Oh, that's
You
so
were
nice.
born to be that bitch.
That's so nice. Thank you. I really appreciate that.
It's
a lot.
really true. It's like, but also just like everything you've done, has it been calculated or just kind of happened?
Totally.
It
yeah.
looks like there's like your career to me. I thought you had like a full PR team behind you of like, we're going to do this, and then we're going to do that. But it sounds like it just kind of, life has just happened to you.
Yeah.
I love that
totally.
shit.
Yeah.
Such a
No
good
PR?
Exactly. Yeah. Well, I know I've had PR, but I didn't have PR when Euphoria came out. I didn't get PR until
Yeah.
Euphoria probably had already been out for 5 or 6
Yeah, you didn't like
months.
strategize this
No,
career
not
though.
at all. I am not kidding. I thought that nobody was going to notice my character. I genuinely thought that like if Euphoria brought me anything, that it would just be like getting some kind of job somewhere in the industry, something, I'd meet somebody or something. I had no idea it would lead me to like being a working actor. And like I've shot 8 indie movies now, and like they haven't come out yet, but like I shot them and I was
So
in them,
cool.
and like yeah, I just really wasn't expecting that. I don't know, it was weird.
But it was meant for you. I mean, I think your Urban Decay campaign was so cool. I'm gonna bring that
Thank
up again
you,
just because
thank
like
you.
when I'm also like obsessed with brands. that's why I do what I do, but I'm obsessed with branding. And I remember when that came out, I was like, what a smart person to be the face of this brand. Like, what a power move for Urban Decay. And then the Charlie XCX stuff, also so cool.
Thank you.
I had like 2 very brief years of working as an actor in LA, and I thought I wanted to be a TV producer. And something, I mean, this was, I think, like 2013 when I even entertained the idea. It was so cookie cutter back then. Like, you either had to like fit this mold or you didn't. And now I feel like you have to be so authentic or you're never going to get a job. Like,
Yeah.
no, I do. I feel like it's like
Yeah.
you are somebody that is just so true. And even sharing like, yeah, no, I didn't have a plan. It's like authenticity was your guide.
Yeah.
And I think it's impossible for good thing, like good always follows authenticity. And I think you're living proof of that.
Yeah.
I hope so. Yeah. I mean, thank you. I really think that's very nice. But yeah, even in this podcast we're doing today, I'm trying to be even more like genuine in what I'm saying than I have like in past podcasts. I would go on and I would always be like, oh yeah, like I just love porn. I have 5 boyfriends. And I always thought that I had to like sell myself as this like really sexual person because that was the only way the world would like accept a porn star. But like now I'm just ready to be like, no, that's like just not.
I mean, that's
who
why I
am at
wanted to
all.
have you
Yeah.
on, because I was like, I feel like if she grew up watching me on YouTube, and I always say this with every person that like says they watch my YouTube videos, we'll stop talking about me in a little bit. But it's like the common thread is always like hardcore girly pop. Because like I'm specific. I've always talked about my feelings. I've always been like very like I've not been good at following what's like gonna get me clout, really. We
Yeah.
were talking about I was like I'm not good at following clout. I'm good at authenticity, and that's probably about it. I'm not very consistent. There's like a lot of things I do wrong, but one thing that I think is like the through line is authenticity.
It's so much better to hear your authentic side instead of just shit that you're fed for like little viral clips, you know?
Yeah. I feel like the clips that I've had that go the most viral, it's like, yeah, so when I was in porn, and it's just, I'm like so sick of like talking about that
You're like,
stuff.
that was a decade ago.
And I'm like,
Literally
so over
so long ago. And that's something that I was like I was texting with Alexa about, is that to this day, every single day, I get tons of DMs about my porn videos. That was 5 years ago. I stopped
Yeah.
filming the porn videos, and it's so weird that to this day I still get so much attention from them, and I really like don't comprehend why. But I don't think it would be that way if Euphoria hadn't happened. I feel like
Yeah. So it's like a
It's
side effect. Like no one watched it
100%,
before.
yeah. Nobody.
You booked Euphoria.
no one
and
watched it.
yeah.
Yeah. I think that's like 100% what's going on. And yeah, it's such a weird thing that I experience with that, because like I'll constantly get the DMs that are like, oh, I wish you were still in porn. I know that even if I did go and shoot a porn tomorrow, still like nobody would watch it. Like they literally just like the idea that I'm not a porn star. They want like a non-porn star to like shoot porn.
Do you think you would ever go back, or
No, I would never ever go back because of the fact that like the viewers in that industry do not like me. And there's no point in me going back. And I was just really bad at it as well. Like I was really not good at it. Like
what makes someone not good? Okay, I'm gonna have a confession. I've never watched porn before.
don't. It's
What?
so boring.
I've never-
It's so boring. Oh my
I've
God.
never I've
In your
watched
whole life, you've never
Okay.
gotten curious.
So I watched porn once. I was at a hotel with my friend, and we were all eating a petite filet at 5 in the morning. So we put on Regina Ice Porno Chic. I don't know if anyone else has heard of it,
No.
but I don't remember it. I just remember being like, this is weird. Let's turn it off. No, the porn I experience is audio porn. That's
Okay.
the only thing I like, because I don't like, I would never want, I wouldn't want to, I couldn't.
It's so boring. Like
It's
like,
not for
pornography
me.
is so boring to me. That's how I feel about it. Like since I stopped being in it, I have not watched a single scene. And the only times that I did watch scenes was like watching like my friends or something that showed me things. Like I never watch it ever.
Yeah.
I've seen it, but I haven't like indulged
Oh,
in said
never.
porn.
There's no point. There's
except
like
for the audio porn, because
Yeah.
it's creative.
yeah.
And because it's always guys, and they're always like, oh, your car's broken down. It's okay. I'll help you
Yeah.
repair it. And I'm like, you're going to help me? You're going to treat me with respect?
Stop.
The woman that founded Quinn is my favorite. Caroline Spiegel. She's Evan Spiegel, the founder of Snapchat's sister.
Wait, I feel like I have seen their TikTok. They do
They
like
rock.
the horny audio.
horny audio, yeah.
Okay,
I love
yeah.
some smut and I love some audio porn, and that's as far as I go. Because
Yeah.
for me, I'm like, I get to use my creativity.
Yeah.
I'm not like overstimulating myself.
I watch it sometimes, but I'm wondering because I acted when I was a kid, and then during that time I couldn't watch certain movies without seeing acting. When you started
Oh.
doing porn, could you ever watch porn then after that, or was it just like, I know literally what's going on here, like I can't even
Like when you watch a movie
Yeah,
you
I
audition
could
for?
never,
Yeah.
ever watch porn again, because when I see a porn, all I see is a person that needs to pay their rent. I don't see anything sexual at all.
Mhm.
Like, I literally only see a person that needs like a means to an end, and it's
Yeah.
usually paying their rent. And I'm literally not exaggerating. That's like why people do that stuff. They only do it for money to survive in a capitalistic society. Nobody's doing it because they wanted to fuck the person in the video. Nobody. There's
not
not a
really a
single
turn
video
on.
out there.
Yeah.
That's not gonna get me horny.
Exactly. And that's like, I just find it to be like the most boring form of entertainment.
We've had Kylie Ray on, who's like talked about her experience with OnlyFans.
And now that's like, when people think of the porn industry, they now just think of people on OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Like, nobody thinks about the people in the movie studios like making
In
nobody
the
thinks about-
Valley, like
nobody-
boogie
Yeah.
nights.
Yeah, exactly. Like, no one associates that as being porn anymore. And it's crazy.
That's like my only view of porn is boogie nights.
Yeah.
Boogie
Like that,
nights.
because I've never watched porn before. So when I think of porn, the only porn I've seen is boogie nights.
Yeah.
So funny. I think it's so cool though that you can start in any way these days, and you can then shift to doing something where you can actually show your talent.
Did you move to LA at 18 and
Yeah.
like, to the Valley?
Mm-hmm.
And you said like, I'm going.
Yeah. I just really wanted to like be out of Pennsylvania. And I'm not saying that anybody who lives in Pennsylvania needs to like get out of Pennsylvania. I'm just saying that for me personally, it just didn't work. And
Yeah,
I
feel
just
that.
didn't enjoy living there.
No, I'm sorry I keep bringing it up because I really do think the least interesting thing about you is your experience in the porn industry. More just like the Phoenix Rising from the Ashes DM that changed your life is like so fascinating to me.
Yeah, it's so crazy. And then something else is that there's this big belief out there that Sam Levinson casted me on Euphoria because he found me in like a Euphoria themed porn. And that is not true whatsoever. And I don't want people thinking that, because I don't want people thinking that they can like make porn and it's going to get them on TV or a movie or something. There's anything that you do that's like in porn is only gonna help you like make more porn, is just what I want people to know. And that Sam Levinson did not discover me from a Euphoria themed porn. That did not happen. He discovered me on Instagram, and it wasn't until I had already been cast on the show for like 5 months that I did a Euphoria themed porn. I had
Period.
already been in it. But I just don't want people like thinking that they can shoot a porn and then somebody's gonna cast them on a show, because that's just not how it goes.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Noted. What's a day in your life like now?
What's a day in my life like
Yeah.
now? Okay.
Are
well,
you focusing on like digital content? Is it like gung ho acting? Because you very much are like a 360 it girl. You're going to fashion shows. You're doing influencer stuff. You're the face of beauty brands. You're in music videos. Like you're that bitch. Like you
Thank
are an it girl.
Oh, that's amazing. Thank you. So my boyfriend loves to wake up every morning and go get coffee. So I wake up every morning with him and I go get coffee. I didn't used to do that before I met him, but like now I do that because he likes to do it and it's something we can do together. And then I'll like answer all my emails and like get everything done. My days are like so crazy different though. Like this is
Yeah.
I'm just describing like a day off for me.
Yeah. You're auditioning all the time too.
Yeah, and then I do like a lot of auditions, and I usually try to do my auditions. I love doing things in general at like 1 p.m. So
So
usually
do
I
we.
do.
So do we.
Yeah.
Aligned.
So
We don't like really starting the day
oh
till
my
1.
god, no, yeah. And so I'll do my auditions at like 1 p.m. or I'll have like a meeting or like different things that I do, or I'll have an in-person audition, which I love those. If it's like a day where I don't have any auditions or any meetings or anything, I will usually clean and like organize things. I have this thing where I like to always be aware of every single thing I own, and
Yeah.
I'll go through like my cabinets and like closet and like take everything out and like see what's in there and like reorganize
Please
it.
come over. Next time
It
you're in New
literally
York,
like drives me
please.
crazy to like own things that are just like
Mhm.
sitting in the back of a cabinet and you don't even know you own it. I don't know why that just drives me nuts. And so I'm always like going through my things and I'm always getting rid of things. So I'm always like,
Yeah.
okay, don't need that anymore. Like always trying to like be organized and clean. And then I like to exercise, but I only like to walk for my exercise. And I find it to be really effective as an exercise. I love getting 10,000 steps. I love to cook for my boyfriend. I cook for him a lot. And we love like Italian food. And then we also love like healthy food. And I'll make like different stuff for us. And he's a vegetarian, so I cook vegetarian food. And
Love.
so then I cook him dinner, and then we usually like to watch a movie. We both really love film. I try to watch a lot of movies just to kind of get you see more acting and see
Yeah.
more movies and how it's done.
What are your top 4 favorite movies?
My top 4
Letterbox
favorite movies,
question.
Reservoir Dogs is probably my top right now, and then I also have Manchester by the Sea, and I weirdly love like Deadpool a lot, like
So
Deadpool 1
funny.
and 2. And then I also love, have you guys seen that movie Flow? It's like an animated movie about a cat.
So
I
I was
love that movie.
crying.
These are just like movies I've seen recently that I really liked.
I love it. I love it. I'm like a big Letterbox person. I love watching movies. So I could talk about
I
movies all
have
the
a
time.
letterbox, but I never remember to log it.
Oh, I'll add you on there.
Okay,
We can
yeah.
swap film racks.
Yes, that would be great.
It was my favorite thing ever. I feel like you probably just have a ton of misconceptions of who you are and you just live the most soft girl, girly pop life. But every day's
Yeah.
different. That's your day off. But
That is my day
you're
off, yeah.
still like, what's next? Like, what are you excited about?
Well, I'm really excited about filming the rest of Euphoria season 3.
And you're filming right now.
Yeah, we're filming right now. Oh my gosh, I'll be back on set very soon.
That's so exciting. I'm so glad we got you while you're in a little break.
Yeah. So then once that comes out,
When does
that'll
it come out?
I don't know
Oh,
yet. Like
okay.
they don't have a release date, but it'll come out eventually. And I just really hope that people like it. I hope that's my biggest like concern right now is like creating an entertaining show that people enjoy watching. Yeah, and I feel like it's been going great. I love being on set. Everything's been going great for me.
How do you get yourself over the anxiousness around creating something and then putting it out there into the universe for everyone to see, judge, comment on?
My whole life I've like felt this huge draw towards being in like art and like things like that. Like I just feel like it's kind of what I'm meant to be doing. Even though like I used to be really shy, I still really like to like share myself online and stuff. And I don't know, I think it's just my passion in life is to perform
And
whatever it is. Yeah, I just like to perform things. I love to make people feel something through the entertainment that I give them.
That's really cool. We've also kind of like briefly touched on this, but when you booked Euphoria and you kind of like went 180 with life, did you feel like you had to just start approaching life a different way and appearing differently in your
Yeah.
existence and living in LA and going, you're
Yeah.
like, now I'm kind of like,
Okay, so before Euphoria came out, I didn't have a car in LA, and I lived in LA for 6 years, and I didn't have a car, and I
getting
actually
around
but
places.
I would literally take the bus and the subway, and I would walk and
Yeah.
I would Uber, and I would find any way to like get around. I just like hated driving so fucking much. I didn't want to like park, and I was just like, I'll take public transportation. It's literally stresses me out less. And then I remember this one day. I was like waiting for my Uber somewhere. Somebody comes running up to me and they just will not leave me alone because they had like seen me on Euphoria or whatever. And they just will not leave me alone. And I'm like, so like, what the fuck do I do here? But I had to wait there for like my Uber to come 3 more minutes or whatever. And it was just so fucking scary that I
Yeah.
literally like went and bought a car like the next fucking day.
wow.
Because of the fact that I did not want that to ever happen to me again, where I was like waiting for the bus or the Uber or like walking somewhere and somebody can just corner me. I realized that I had to be in a car so I could just leave a place and get in my car and just drive away, and people just can't like accost me and like just be all up in my face. And so yeah, I like got a car and I stopped talking to like a ton of people because I still have like childhood friends in my life. I still have friends from my early 20s in different parts of my life, but it's only the people that genuinely were my friend. Once that happened, like Euphoria came out and every person wanted to be my friend and talk to me, I would just straight up block people.
Fuck yeah.
Dude, if somebody like hadn't ever asked me to hang out before, but they had my number for years, but they had
Block.
never asked me to hang out, and then suddenly Euphoria comes out and you want to hang out with me, I would literally just block them.
Good for you.
So many people. And it's just so fucking annoying. And like I honestly have less friends now than since Euphoria came out than I did like way back before I had even been cast on it, because back then I guess I don't know, I just thought it was a good thing to just have a ton of friends, and now I'm just like, no dude, you literally just it's just because I was on Euphoria. You do not give a fuck about me or who I am or anything. Like, it's only because I was on this show. And I know that I'm not even like that famous at all. Like, I was only on one show. And I still like feel this weird thing where like I can't figure out like who actually wants to be in my life and who just wants to like be in like an actor's life or whatever. Like, it's really hard.
I'll never talk shit on LA because I love this city, but this industry operating like on clout tokens of the soul is so taxing.
I just realized like the amount of people that would just like, it was just the weirdest thing that there was guys that I had broken up with like a year before, and then suddenly he's texting me like, hey, I just miss you so much. Like, you're always on my mind. And like, I remember this one guy that like I had stopped seeing like literally a year before. He like comes to my house and like leaves like flowers and like a CD that he had burned for me with all these like love songs on it. And I was so creeped out. And it was like, really? Like, that's just so weird, because I feel like there's always this thing of like, oh yeah, like women try to like use men for their fame or money or whatever, but like men fucking do it too.
Yeah,
Holy
they do.
Shit.
He's
Holy
like,
shit, men do it.
That's borderline stalker. What was on the CD? Was it like Labyrinth?
I literally threw it out. I was so scared. The trash can was like right there, and I like just grabbed it, threw it into the trash can. I was so scared. And people always ask me like, what was on the CD? I'm like, I don't know. And I
don't want to know.
Literally, because it was just so weird to me. Like, you think I'm that fucking stupid that I'm just gonna be like, oh my God, yeah, let's like get back together. Like, I missed you too. It's just so stupid. And that's another reason why I just wouldn't be like monogamous to like any guy at that time. Because I was like, I don't know. I didn't want to like this is my boyfriend, telling everybody this is my boyfriend, then he goes and cheats on me. Like, I can't deal with that. I'd rather have like 5 boyfriends, and every time I go on a podcast I talk about how I have 5 boyfriends and they all love me, and like I just couldn't fucking deal with it. And it literally took until I met my boyfriend that I have now that I finally was like, okay, like I could just have like a real relationship, but it's very specific to like him. I couldn't just do that with like anyone.
Yeah, I mean, if you ever catch me on a podcast talking about a man ever again, you best believe.
I know, because I think about that all the time. I'm like, yeah, like what's gonna happen? But then I also just think, even if him and I were to like break up and there's all these podcast clips of me talking highly about him, like it is true that like at a point, like I thought very highly about him. But I think he's a great person.
He sounds amazing. I promoted a man's NFT collection on a podcast. I know.
Absolutely
and it's still out there somewhere. And I'm so embarrassed about it.
Dude, that shit is like way more embarrassing than being in porn. Like the shit that I like say on podcasts that's like super offensive when I don't mean to be offensive is way more embarrassing than anything I ever did.
Well, you're safe here, but I agree with you. I should have never promoted that man's NFT collection.
Bro, that shit is like, oh my God.
I have to live with it.
Yeah, I've also like gone on podcasts, and I haven't promoted any men doing anything, but I've just put my foot in my mouth so many times, and it's so embarrassing.
You never promoted a man's NFT collection, though.
Yeah, I think you take the cake.
Wait, what is an NFT?
The non-fungible tokens. So he had made these. This is so embarrassing. And like all the people I know that work in this industry, I can't believe I'm admitting this. An NFT is like a little, some of them are worth a lot of money, but they're like little virtual art pieces.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fucking photo.
It's a little digital photo.
Aren't they all digital photos?
Yeah, but like he made his own collection of NFTs to sell. And he was like, Alexa, can you tell your audience to promote my NFTs?
And then what happens if people buy them? What do they do with the digital photo?
They put them in their digital gallery.
Their digital gallery, their wallet.
Some of them are worth millions and millions of dollars, like a Bored Ape or...
It was like when crypto, like Bitcoin was really taking off, they created NFTs. But it would literally just be like people were making things in like Microsoft Paint and then being like, this is worth $20,000.
Minted as an NFT.
Yeah, it was a bizarre time.
That's just... Yeah, it's a bizarre time.
It's a bizarre time, and I was promoting an NFT collection.
Wow, that's crazy.
Like the little fool I was.
Wow.
And I have to live with that.
I feel like, what have I done with guys? Because I haven't been on a podcast in a minute, but I feel like the last podcast I was on was like Bobby Lee's podcast, and he was like asking me about my boyfriend. I kept just like deflecting the questions because I didn't even know at that point if my boyfriend would be comfortable with me talking about him, but He definitely is. Now I post him all the time. I make reels
You guys
with
are
him.
so cute together. What have you learned about love being in a serious relationship?
I've learned that being in love with somebody and having them be in love with you back is like deeply healing. I used to have like insomnia before I met my boyfriend, and I just don't have insomnia anymore. I just feel so much better. When you're in love with somebody and they're also in love with you, it's like really healing, like physically, mentally, spiritually, all these things.
Yeah, we get a lot of listeners that are like, should I stay with him? Should I leave him? I feel so anxious all the time. I feel like shit. And I feel like that's when you know you should stay, when it's healing you
Yeah.
instead of giving you something to be concerned about.
Totally. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
that's really beautiful.
Yeah.
And then when did you knew you were an icon? Or like when were you like, oh my God, holy shit, I made it?
Oh my gosh, this sounds so sad, but I want to tell this story.
Okay.
So my grandpa was just like in the hospital, and the nurses that were like working on him, like my grandma loves to like show photos of like her grandchildren, and the nurses in there, they recognized me. They were like, whoa, why do you have a picture of Chloe Cherry? And then I remember like the last time, because my grandpa died recently, the last time I ever spoke to him, he said to me, he was like these nurses recognize you, and I am just so incredibly proud of you for, you know, doing what you did. And that was like an insane moment to me, that like I managed to work so hard that at the end of my grandpa's life, like the nurses that were treating him were a fan of me, bro. Like that is just beautiful to me. And that just made me so excited, and honestly made me feel like every single thing I had done up to that point was just so worth it, because I was doing exactly what my dream is, which is to have an impact on people and just make them feel
That's
something.
So sweet.
That is perfect. I'm so grateful that you came on and that you shared this side of yourself.
Yes. Thank you.
You're the best. I had so much fun with you. I want to hang out again.
Yes, I would love to. This was so fun.
So fun. Such an icon. I was going to promote your show, but we don't have a date. Is there another project coming out soon that you want?
Well, I do have my short called Fame and Other Four-Letter Words premiering at Tribeca in June.
Ooh, sick.
So that's going to be great.
Maybe I'll come through and see it.
That would be really cool. Yeah, because you live in New
Yeah,
York.
you live in
That'd
New
be
York.
perfect.
Are you going to be there?
Yeah, I'll be there for
Okay,
sure.
cool. I'll buy a ticket.
Yeah. That'll mark 1 year since I was last in New York. My movie called Don't Trip, directed by Alex Kugelman, was just acquired by a distributing company called Buffalo 8. So I'm hoping that we can look out for the movie Don't Trip to be like on streaming or in theaters, or I don't know.
Cool.
So I'm hoping that both of those things will be seen by everyone.
Amazing.
Cool.
You're the best.
Yes. Oh my gosh, if I had like told my like 12, 13-year-old self that like one day I'd be doing this, I would like I'd be able to die happy. It's
I
so
mean,
funny.
if I would have told me watching Euphoria season 2 that I would be here with you, I would also not believe you and also be so happy. This is full circle and amazing and a great joy of my life.
Yay.
You're the best.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys. See you next week.